We are live from Eminence High School for IHSAA volleyball here on this Thursday night. It's the South Putnam Eagles against the Eminence Eels. South Putnam coming in at 4-10. Eminence coming in at 5-4 this evening. Hi everyone, I'm Jake Morris. Alongside me, Sean Walker. And Sean, we are in what is known here as the Tank here at Eminence High School.
It is the Tank, and it's one of the nostalgic Indiana gyms. You come to a very small school like this in Eminence, you come inside the Tank, and man, this place is cool. You can tell there's been some historic moments probably in this gymnasium over the years.
And you got the concrete bleachers that are set. You can't pull them back or anything. The gym, it is what it is. This is where you got to play. So, what do you think about the two teams we have playing here tonight?
I'm always excited when we get to come down to these parts and cover these teams. Especially when we get to see Eminence. They're such a small school. I know that at times they struggle to field a full team, especially when you get to girls basketball, things like that, where they just don't have the turnout. But the two sports that the girls side hangs their hats on are softball and volleyball, and they're always really good and really competitive. So I'm excited to see what they bring to the table tonight. And for South Putnam as well, we've seen them over the last couple of years in volleyball. They've had some turnover. This will be my first chance to see this group of girls, but I'm excited. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you mentioned Eminence and their almost the size issue as far as the student body goes. We've had years covering them in basketball before where they did not field a JV team. They did have a JV volleyball team here tonight. They ended up losing 2-0 in their match against South Putnam. But, like you said, this could be a pretty equal match. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the South Putnam Eagles, you have Biegler, Burge, Capps, Custis, Chambers, Hill, and Robison. Head coach is Rochelle Custis. And for the South Putnam Eagles, Tasia Davis, Addie Bales, Carly Bales, Michaela Finney, Alyssa Owens, and Emma Mannion rounds out their starting lineup. Their head coach is Allison McKim.
And you notice, right away, you look at the starting lineups, and for South Putnam, they listed their libero there. For South Putnam, I don't see a libero in uniform, so they're basically just going to go with your standard traditional set, and that could be one from a lack of numbers, or two just the strategy of the coach deciding that they don't need a libero to sub in and out when they want. They're going to roll with the group that they have there. So always fun.
Well, speaking of the uniforms, either they bought these from the same vendor, or they called each other before the game started and said, hey, what are you wearing? I just want to make sure we're not wearing the same thing. Someone missed that call.
Yeah, it's going to be tough on us. It's just as tough as it is on you at home. A lot of times in this situation we would say, hey, the South Putnam's rocking the blue with the white stripes. Well, they're the exact same jersey.
Right.
So tonight, really, for us, the libero is going to be what stands out. You're going to see the girl in the white jersey. That's going to signify the side that South Putnam is.
Yeah.
Other than Eagles and Eminence on the back of the jerseys, they're relatively identical.
Yeah, so folks, bear with us tonight. I'm not even exaggerating here. The fonts are exactly the same on these numbers. Your IHSAA officials tonight, Cody Dorsett and George Knezovich, are your officials for this evening's match. This is the first time I've seen this on a volleyball court, that you have the exact same jerseys.
Yeah, it definitely makes it tough on a broadcaster for sure to sit up here and take a look out on the court. So that libero is the first thing that I spotted other than the names on the back of the jerseys, because that's going to be a little difficult. So bear with us if we make some mistakes.
Just a little bit.
Right away, Jake, you see South Putnam switch their libero in. So 24, Brianna Robinson will come in.
Anna Robinson, a sophomore for this Eagles team.
It looks like Eminence will get the serve first.
It's going to be Taja Davis, a senior on this Eminence Eagles team, one of three seniors. The others being Courtney Owens and Alyssa Owens. They have their portraits hanging on the baseline here at the Tank, and the serve is away. And it's able to corral that one.
What's cool about the gym in here too is the way the ceiling vaults up. It's a field house, but it almost sits the opposite direction of what most field houses do. But it actually is a benefit for volleyball because you've got that arched ceiling that's over the center of the court. It allows the ball to go a little higher.
Long volley going on here between these two teams, and South Putnam gets the better of Eminence that time. That was Caitlin Capps.
That was a beautiful little play right there in the middle by number 7. Caitlin Capps, as you mentioned, nice little block, gets the point for South Putt.
Biegler on the serve.
She's the one coach said to kind of, key in on. Nice response there from Eminence.
As that one goes off, yeah. Miranda Biegler is leading in points. She's leading in aces. Also leading in set assists for this South Putnam squad.
Yeah, you go back to talking about Eminence size. They get a lot of turnover in their coaching staffs and administration. And with that, the first-year coach kind of stepping in, new to this, she said, I apologize, guys. I don't have stats right now.
Yeah.
I don't. I took over this job very quickly right before the season. So just those things are just not enough time. You had to get the players prepared and ready to play on the court.
And Capps was able to set up that last point there for the Eagles as
got a substitution here. Looked like Macy Chambers sat down, and they're going to bring Aubrey Hill in for her.
Number 5, Aubrey Hill, another sophomore on this team. As the libero, Brianna Robinson, will serve for the Eagles.
You know what's cool here, Jake, is I've done, 4 or 5 games here from the tank now as you get a little bit of break in action. It's really fun in basketball because they put us right down here by the court. And so you're sitting court level, and you get this basketball where it's flying up and down the floor, and you're literally 3 feet from the floor. It's always fun. You get the ace right there.
Now Robinson with the ace. Big shot there for the Eagles as they lead 3-1 early in this one. And you mentioned the ceiling being a little lower. You got to wonder how many full court heaves in basketball have been kind of ruined.
I don't know. I think the way it comes down
low
is
pipes.
It's kind of, well, yeah. I guess the pipes are getting away for that, but it's perfect for the volleyball court.
Oh yeah,
because the pipes kind of straddle the court.
Eminence gets it over. Robinson with the set. Both teams doing a pretty good job here of.
Yeah, good little rally. Let's see them get into their offense here. Well played by Eminence. And there you go.
That one's tough to play at the net for number 2, Burge, as the Eels come away with the point on that one.
You know what's even better is when you've got, the jerseys look the same, and then number 2 is facing off against number 2 at the net.
Yeah.
That makes it even more fun. That time Michaela Finning won that one.
I have a 50-50 chance of being right. As Burge sails that one long, and that'll tie us up at 3.
Yeah, early on, Jake, I'm impressed with what I'm seeing from Eminence. Doing a really nice job, for being in a first-year coach here, a new system.
There's a set, and Capps tries to knock it over, and she's going to get the point there.
That's a great play right there. Just sometimes it's always good when you can just change it up a little bit. That's actually for South Putnam. And instead of taking a full swing, you do something like that where you just punch it over with your fist. Kind of catches the defense off guard.
Capps on the serve.
Ace.
I'm going to give her the ace on that one.
So Capps will back-to-back plays, Jake. She makes the play at the net, gets to the service line with a nice serve there.
You kind of see that a lot in volleyball where, the player makes just an outstanding play that kind of revs them up. They're ready to go on the serve. It's Capps, difficult serve there, and going to get another point for the Eagles. They lead this one 6-3.
Yeah, they're going to find a way to try to get her off this service line right now. She seems to be in a zone. You'll notice, too, on her serve right there, Jake, is it's almost like a knuckleball. There's no rotation to that. Eminence does a good job this time of handling it.
Capps struggles to return that one. Point to the.
Immediately, the libero is going to check back in for South Putnam as well.
Libero on the team is Robertson. That one nearly hits the ceiling.
I think it did, and they let it play,
yeah.
Which is good.
Set for South Putnam. Burge, a little too strong on that one.
Every time it looks like that South Putnam's going to pull away, Eminence is right there to respond.
We have a stoppage in play here, and I think it has to do with the scoreboard here in the gym.
Yeah, they're going to fix that. We got it right on our screen.
4-7. Ours is correct. So South Putnam is leading this 6-5. Robinson has trouble with that one, and that's going to tie this one up 6-all.
How about that serve? I mean, it had some heat on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of power.
That was saucy right there.
Number 2, Michaela Finney, junior on this Eminence team. She sends that one long.
It's one of those times where you need Buffalo Wild Wings as a sponsor so we can talk about how saucy that was on the meter, you know, and you can throw a little thing on the side and talk about where that ranked.
I don't know if we need any more incentive to go to Buffalo Wild Wings play. We go there quite a bit.
Come on, man. I'm trying to work this out for us.
No, I'm all for it. Eagles with the serve. Here's Burge again. The power blocked at the net. Burge able to get it back, and
what a play.
That was number 1, Emma Mannion.
Emma Mannion, the sophomore, got some good height that's not listed here on the roster, but Emma really didn't have to jump too much there at the net. She just took a swing at it and put it right back over. Actually, it ended up not being a point for Eminence. I missed that one there. I thought that was a good play by her.
I think she may have touched the net on that. It's number 12 for the Eagles. Going to come away with the point there. That's Biegler.
You can tell with Biegler, she plays with a little chip on her shoulder. You can tell there's a little attitude right there, and then you like to see that fire from one of your senior leaders.
Custis with the serve. Custis sets. Biegler. Strong shot. Eels able to contain it.
Free wall chance opportunity right here. Oh, they're going to give it right back to Eminence. So neither team really getting into that offensive set just yet.
Biegler again trying to test that back row.
There it is.
Great shot there by the Eels. I think that was number 6, Alyssa Owens.
Yeah, and that proves right there that you don't always have to have a ton of power on it. Didn't necessarily time that one the best, didn't get all of it, but it was perfect. It landed right where nobody else was. That's the name of the game.
Owens sends that one into the net and make it 11-7 South Putnam.
I am a big fan of the rally scoring. I know they've been at it for a while, and I'm probably going to show my age here, but when I was in school, you didn't have that. You only got a point when you were serving and you scored.
Well, it does speed up the pace of play, but I think it also adds more value to every serve because you know someone is getting a point on this serve, and it makes everything extremely important.
It's exciting.
Robinson. Biegler with the serve, and she's blocked at the net.
It scored, though. It got through.
Yep. And give that to the Eagles as it squeaked by.
But I tell you, Mannion was there again.
And Mannion and Davis at the net. Not able to contain that one. That ball had just hit the light.
Just let it play.
Yeah,
it's like Tampa Bay Stadium for baseball. You go off the top, it doesn't matter. Little dink that time. Nice heads-up play.
Biegler tries again, and this time it is blocked at the net, and it is by Davis and Mannion again.
Right place, right time, and you know those blockers at the net, they try to read that, where that ball's going, where it's going to be, and then get there, and a great team effort that time.
Biegler, a lot of power behind that one. That one actually went to the ceiling on top of the line, fell back down. We're playing on.
That just makes it even more fun.
Yeah.
It's like pinball volleyball in here.
Exactly. Biegler again, able to find a hole in the defense there. 14-8 Eagles. Yeah, if you're going to let him play, let's angle some serves off these pipes or something. Let's get fun with it.
It's like a racquetball. You get to walk in and just bang it off with whatever service you can until it hits the floor. The floor is the point.
Caps on this one, way too strong. And that point's going to go to the Eels.
Little back and forth action. Eminence, it seems like South Putnam goes on a little bit of a run, and then Eminence will respond, and they're keeping it within striking distance. But you're getting into that middle part of the first game where you want to try to make this a little bit closer. Being down 5 is not ideal right here.
Biegler tries to save it.
What work. What work. I don't care it didn't get across. That is great team effort and a nice play. I think that was number 4 that time.
That was Chloe Custis.
Chloe Custis, coach's daughter, got to be, same last name.
A freshman on the team. One of 2 freshman starters for these Eagles. As Biegler tries again.
Right at us. I almost had it.
We almost had it. That was Michaela Finney. Testing the reflexes of my color guy.
Hey, too much spin, man. I couldn't get it with one hand.
I don't think it was on camera. You're good.
That was a great quick over that time by Taja Davis. Got a violation here. Double hit.
Yep. The double hit will be the call. Makes it 16-10 South Putnam as number 12 Biegler comes in to serve.
And that's not who you want on the line right now. If you're Eminence, you got to try to run her off here, down 6 already.
And she's shown that she has some power on her serve. Tough ball there.
Ah, great point
Eagles
here.
able to get it over.
Great point.
Another great block at the net, but
Goes out of bounds, so it'll
it does
right
go out
back.
of bounds, yeah.
South Putnam now up 7, Jake. I bet you'll see a timeout if it gets much more here.
Biegler on the serve. Eminence able to contain it. The set by Biegler. Caps just tries to get it over.
Beautiful.
Great shot there by number 2, Michaela Finney, for the Eminence Eels. Brings them back to within 6 here in game 1.
This is where you got to make a little run. Put a little pressure on the visiting team. Into the net.
That one was into the net. You had number 2. That is Finley, excuse me. And 12 Bales. Way too strong that time by Biegler. She's kind of looking at her hands like, yeah, I don't know. Don't know my own strength, I guess.
Don't play slapjack with her.
Yeah.
Boy, that was just out. Just out. Yep. Good call that time. I tell you, that was so close. I felt bad for the line judge because she didn't know what to call. But I'm right on the line.
That's another point for South Putnam. 18-3, 5 points away. 7 points away from taking game 1.
Got blocked by the net that time. Just mistimed it a little.
That's Alyssa Owens, one of the 3 seniors on this Eminence team, struggling there at the net. Robinson is in to serve for the Eagles.
No, Jake, that's what's amazing. You look at the roster of these 2 schools, and they are young, really young. So for me, it's kind of cool to see this good of volleyball being played when you've got 3 seniors for Eminence and you've only got 2 seniors for South Putnam. And you look at the rest of South Putnam's roster,
2 juniors.
It's freshmen and sophomore. That's, I mean, yeah, you are underclassmen galore. So these teams are getting great experience. What a play that time.
What a shot by Alyssa Owens. Just tries to get it over and actually puts it in an impossible position for Caps. And she can't do anything but just laugh that one off.
That thing just died when it crossed the net.
So back-to-back points here for the Eels as they climb back to within 5.
No, that time it wasn't a bad play, just a miss hit by Abby Teepin that time. But she's got to get out of the way. You can't sulk. You got to get out of the way and hope a teammate can come bail you out.
Harley Bales on the serve. And Biegler trying a little trickery there on the second hit, not able to get it over the net. Bales will serve again. And tries to get it over just a little short. That point will go to the Eagles. 21-16 is your score now here in game 1.
They're just trying to make a little run there, get it a little closer. It's been a competitive game 1, though.
Caps with the serve. Biegler sets. That is number 5, Aubrey Hill. getting the point there for the Eagles.
That one right off the forearms of the defender.
Owens. It's blocked at the net. And the Eagles are able to come away with the point. That was number 5 and number 4 on the play. Aubrey Hill and Chloe Custis.
Again, even throwing the graphics guy off a little bit here, you know, with the scoring. With the two teams are in the same jersey.
I don't blame you. They got the same numbers, too, at the net.
You get a timeout here.
So timeout here. We'll step aside for a quick break. You're watching high school volleyball here on Endeavor Communications.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Welcome back to the tank here at Eminence High School, where the visiting South Putnam Eagles are leading this one 23-16 here in game 1 of tonight's match. We've seen South Putnam go on a little bit of a run here, Sean.
We have, and it seems like every time Eminence has tried to respond, South Putnam's just pulled a little bit further away. But Eminence they're not giving up just yet. They continue to battle here.
Point goes to the Eels, 23-17 here in game 1. As number 2, Finney is serving.
All right, that's the only play she had that time, did Owens. Is just put up the forearms and protect the face there and just hope for the best. Just tear him out of bounds.
So the freshman Custis has a chance here for game point.
We're getting a lot of
that, yeah.
We're getting some action over here tonight, man. That ball is like
our stat sheet
heading our
stuffers
way
over here. That point goes to Eminence. Robinson's not able to handle that one. I was just hoping I didn't get in trouble for interfering with that, because it's like, yeah, she could have technically saved that, but also our monitor's right here, so.
I'm going to pull the table a little bit closer to us. Maybe we need to hide in the corner more.
Biegler, strong shot. That one.
That's tough.
Pinballs around on the ceiling pipes and drops down for the first game point. South Putnam now leading 1-0 here at Eminence High School. We'll step aside here after they take the first game, 25-19. You're watching high school volleyball on Endeavor Communications.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
There's no cost for imagination, no charge for dreams, no limit to what we can accomplish together. It takes grit, determination, but mostly it takes you. They are your ideas, your visions. We're here to help. Early mornings, late nights, heavy loads. We are real people turning extraordinary dreams into reality. Sunbelt Rentals. Your ideas, our equipment.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Welcome back to Eminence High School here at the Tank as the visiting South Putnam Eagles took the first game here at Eminence High School. They are leading 1-0. Reminder, tonight's game is brought to you by Endeavor Communications. Don't be tortured by technology. Call 1-800-922-6677 or visit weendeavor.com for all your telecommunication and technology needs.
Very entertaining game one there, Jake, as South Putnam was able to finish it off. What was it, 25-19 there in the very beginning? Let me fix that real quick. How about that? Because South Putnam actually won that. This is going to kill me all night with the two Blues. But anyway, we're still in game number two. South Putnam leads 1-0. And to finish my thought, I thought that both teams played really well. It was one of the best competitive volleyball matches I've personally seen this year. Both teams got after each other there a little bit in that first one.
Yeah, if it was not for the Eminence on the back of Eminence jersey and the Eagles on the back of their jerseys, they seriously are identical.
It's still messing me up.
Yeah.
And it's going to be even worse now because they switched sides.
That was Robinson on the serve there.
Okay, so that's a South Putnam point. There you go.
Sorry, not Robinson. That is Biegler serving for the Eagles as she gets the first point of game two here tonight.
Into the net that time. That should be a point, Eminence.
Yep, point Eminence. That'll tie us up one apiece. As number 5, Tasia Davis, senior on this team, will serve for the Eminence Eels. Caps, too strong on that one. She seems to be struggling to find that happy medium.
Yeah, it's what do you call like a flatliner, where it's just staying level like a line drive. It's not got any drop to it.
Davis sends that one into the net. That'll tie us up 2 apiece here in game 2.
She needs to get more on top of the ball on her side of the net and drive it down.
Davis tries to take that one over the net.
Like that right there.
Strong shot there by the Eagles.
That was Grace Burge taking a hack at that one.
Burge again. Sends it to Owens. And that's what I'm talking about. It just bounced up the pipe and came down at a weird angle. It's at 3-2 Eagles as Robinson serves again. Tough shot there. Make that 4-2. Robinson's been one of these players for South Putnam that when she's serving, she gets on a roll. Has really been the main driver in these long runs they've had.
Yeah, between her and Caps, those are the two that I've been really impressed with the way their serve looks coming over the net. You know, they talk about spin and rotation, and sometimes that can be hard, you know, as it rolls off of you. But to me, just like in baseball, one of the toughest things to hit or to place where you want is a knuckleball. And when that thing's coming across with absolutely zero rotation on it, it gets this little bit of movement left to right, not necessarily a rotation itself. Makes it hard to hit. That one's got a little more spin to it.
Robinson serves that one. This one again ricochets off the ceiling, and I'm a little, you know, amazed by this that we're allowing the ball to.
I've been in different places, and I think it's whatever they decide on before the game. It is what it is.
But it is like a pinball machine up there, like you just don't know. We'll get a camera guy in between games to show you what that looks like as the Eminence Eels get a point there to cut this to lead to 3.
You talk about volleyball in the state of Indiana, and one of the teams you got to look at that's a smaller school that had great success, in the 80s and 90s were the Clinton Prairie Gophers, Jake, a team you're very familiar with. And Coach Connie Garrett is in the Hall of Fame, and that young lady, we'll call her that young lady.
She'd appreciate that.
Yeah, she's a great coach, and something that they always used to their advantage is they had very low ceilings back then. And so you would get these schools, that would come in and they wouldn't know how to play with that low ceiling. And there are still dents in that ceiling to this day from volleyball.
There are. If you visit the Clinton Prairie gym, as Eminence cuts this lead down to 1 here, 5-6. If you visit the Clinton Prairie varsity gym, now they'll play girls and boys basketball in there. There are so many dents on that ceiling, you can tell the age. Now the girls volleyball team actually plays in the newly built field house.
And the ceiling's
huge. Much higher. So that advantage is gone. Cap sends that one into the net, frustrated with herself there, and that ties us up 6 apiece here in game 2. And you can see the ceiling there at your top of the screen. If you watch Price is Right, that kind of resembles a Plinko board. You really don't know where that's going.
That's great. But for you, Jake, you're probably talking about Price is Right, the Drew Carey version. I'm more Bob Barker.
Oh, no, I'm all about Bob Barker.
All right, just checking. Just making sure you understand the old school.
Yeah. Caps sends it over. Owens on the return. Biegler with the set. Burge, strong shot.
It's a good battle right here. Good point. Both teams, neither one of these teams want to lose this one. That one's going to be out.
Tough shot there for number 5, Aubrey Hill. I'm sorry, that is not Aubrey Hill. That is Taja Davis. Let's flip these.
Just got to flip the sides. When they switched, it is what it is.
So Caps on the serve for South Putnam.
Again, if you're just tuning in, what we're referring to and laughing about is look at the screen. The jerseys are exactly the same.
Not only do they have to have the same color scheme and design, they have very similar numbers in their rosters as well.
Makes it a little difficult. You got number 12 here for the Eels going, though. Carly Bales.
Carly Bales and Addie Bales, teammates on this Eminence Eels volleyball team.
How about that? Eminence now with a 1-point lead.
Carly Bales on the serve. They're going to get the point there. Eminence now up 2.
Near collision. And, I honestly don't understand how collisions don't happen more in volleyball, because you saw 2 players right there both converging on the ball, and you wonder how they don't just, cross-check each other. I'm glad it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But, man, I as a parent, I sit here sometimes and I see them just headed right towards each other, and I cringe, and then somehow they miss each other.
South Putnam just took the time out there, but, yeah, you're right. We see a lot of people usually worry about concussions in football or basketball diving on the floor, but you got to have a lot of communication in volleyball to maybe not get hit by the ball, but there's a lot of moving pieces on the court, and if you bump into each other, sometimes those can be pretty hard hits because usually you're trying to dive after it.
There's a young fan, maybe a future volleyball player, taking in some of the action tonight. We got a busy weekend, Jake. Tonight, here at Eminence, we got some volleyball. Tomorrow, it's football at Mooresville. Be back in this area again. Decatur Central comes in ranked. They'll take on the Pioneers at Mooresville. Saturday, if you want to tune in, there'll be the University of Indianapolis. They're playing Southwest Baptist. That'll be on one of our channels. Another crew will have the USA Cycling National Championships from the Velodrome there in Indianapolis. That's going to be fun. Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's just nonstop anymore on the ISC network, and we work hard here as MTC Sports Productions to bring you all the sports from across the state, but we especially love coming down here and covering the Endeavor schools and putting these on for Endeavor Communications as well.
We've recently added a few new volleyball and soccer games in the Clinton County area, so you can head over to our website to check out that schedule and see if your team's playing. That one goes out of play. That point will go to the Eagles.
Okay, so I'm going to reconcile here. They've got 10-7 on the board up there, but it should be 9-8.
Should be 9-8. You are correct. They just changed
making
it.
sure that they're as confused as we are. And now you got another point here. Which side did this go to? It's going to the visiting team, so we got 9-9
It's tied up 9-9 here in game 2. They're just testing us to make sure we're on our game for football this weekend. Same jerseys.
Boy, I'll tell you.
We'll get it down. Number 4, Custis serving for the Eagles.
That's a great placement.
Strong shot there by number 2, Michaela Finney, the junior.
Boy, it looked like Finney was headed right down the middle of the court. When she hit that, it went off the outside of her wrist and played perfect into that back corner. Just like she meant to do it right there where she was aiming.
And with the serve now. That one will go out.
Back-to-back points for Eminence now. Jake, a chance here up to maybe to go on a little run themselves and try to even these games up at 1 apiece.
You do not want to go down 2-0 here at home.
And the broadcaster's jinx is on because as soon as we show some love, look at that. You get a point back for South Putt.
That serve goes out of play. It was Grace Burge, the freshman here for South Putnam. As I mentioned before, one of 2 freshman starters for the Eagles tonight.
They both played well. Between her and Custis both.
Biegler sends that one into the net.
Now 3-point lead. This is the largest lead Eminence has had at any point tonight.
Owens on the serve.
Little
Can't
soft.
get that one over. You got to stop talking about them because they're getting on a run. And then
Evidently, man.
Biegler just gets it
Well
over.
played.
Eminence. Not enough on that one. Brings us back down to 1. And Eminence does have a cheer block here tonight. Some of the students. It is blackout night here at the Tank. At that point, we'll go to the Eagles and tie us up at 13. As you see them there at the top of your screen, there they are.
Yeah, 3-point run right now for South Putnam. They're trying to heckle them over there and help out their volleyball team a little bit.
Caps tries to push it over, and that point's going to go to the Eagles.
So 4 straight points now for South Putnam. That's a great pass.
Biegler. Strong shot there. Eminence able to contain it. And
Double hit.
yep, double hit on the Eminence Eels. 15-13 now, South Putnam.
Going back to that play from Biegler, Jake, she's used to being in that setter role, and that was a great pass, not in your traditional set over your head that time, more in the bump. You can tell she does a little bit of everything for this squad.
A lot of power behind her hits. Caps. Well
Great
placed
play.
shot there. 3-point lead for South Putnam.
Yeah, this was a 13-10 game just a moment ago. That's 6 straight now for South Putnam.
Aubrey Hill on the serve for the Eagles. Caps wins the battle at the net. Owen sends it over. How about that, number 4, Chloe Custis, sneaking that one in.
Boy, they've exposed, they found here in the last few points, there's a hole right in the middle of that Eminence defense. So a couple times they played it soft across and found real estate there after going aggressive towards the back.
Miscommunication by the Eagles, but they're able to handle it. And that one gets sent out of bounds, and the Eagles will come away with the point.
That was great work right around the net that time. I believe it was Addie Bales to put some power behind one and made it difficult for the Eagles.
Mannion serves for the Eels. That number 16, Addie Bales, just misplays that ball. 18-14 now, South Putnam, and Biegler into serve. Wow, strong shot there, and boy, you got to be in the right place to perfectly return that.
That was a heat sinker. That made it over the net by about 3 centimeters.
Whew.
And I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it can hit the ticker tape of the net and still count. But that one was just heat sink. I mean, it just barely trickled over.
And this time, Carly Bales misplays it.
What a run. Well, I mean, what a run. Literally 10-1 right now.
Strong shot there. Caps again winning the battle at the net.
Good job to get out of the way and let a teammate come get you.
Good point here. Both teams battling. We got a double hit again. This time on the Eagles. Makes it 20-15. Davis on that serve. Bale sends that one into the net again. She struggled the last couple times. 21-15 your score. Eagles leading. Robinson now into serve.
We talked about how she's been pretty dangerous from that service line earlier on. She's had a nice night so far. 4 hits that time.
So Eels hanging around, but they need to make a little run here. Addie Bales on the serve. Tough play for the Eagles, and the Eels get the point.
Good hustle that time by South Putnam, trying to track it down. Jake, it was a couple years ago, we made Sports Center with a volleyball play. Young lady, I believe it was Carroll.
Carroll High School, yeah. The kick save.
The kick save, and a lot of people didn't realize and don't know you can use your feet in volleyball. And I mean, we knew it, we just hadn't ever seen it. And so we were as surprised as everybody in the crowd. And I mean, I remember being there were parents like yelling, like, that, she kicked it, like, yeah, that's illegal. But no, it was a legal play. And it led to a point for the team.
Led to a top 10 spot on Sports Center as well.
Yeah. Give that young lady and her school some love.
21-19. The score as the Eels and Bales cut it to 1 here in game 2.
Back and forth, man. This game 2 here has been a game of runs. It really has. Eminence got out to an early lead, led it by as many as 4, and then saw that squandered away, now making a comeback.
Strong shot there from South Putnam, and that's the freshman Burge.
Well, she silenced the home team right there. They were on the verge of tying this thing up.
So Caps to serve now for South Putnam.
Knuckleball.
Floats one over the net. Oh, great shot there by number 5, Taja Davis, the senior.
There you go. You catch them sleeping. You know, you get it so much in that traditional. Everybody stands there and they start getting used to the what we call bump, set, spike, you know. And that time she's able to just go right across.
Bales gets it over. Biegler with the set.
That was hammered home.
Another great shot by Grace Burge. And this South Putnam team has a couple talented freshmen, Sean.
They do, absolutely, without a doubt. they're going to be fun to watch. I mean, I think both of these teams, you can see it. Both of these teams, they're going to be fun. There's some youth here that's got some talent. There's a lift, so I'll give a point to the home team.
Some miscommunication between Mannion and Owens there for Eminence, but able to make it work as the Eels come back to within one. 23-22 here in game 2, and the Eels have tied it up 23 apiece.
That might have been a mistake by Biegler that time. She was deep enough on the court that she might have been able to let that one go and it go out of bounds. But somebody's got to help her there. They got to communicate on that play.
We got a timeout here by South Putnam, so we'll take a break as well. 23-all here on game 2. You're watching IHSAA volleyball here on Endeavor Communications.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Welcome back to Eminence High School. We were all tied up 23 apiece here in game 2. Eagles took game 1 as we are coming out of the South Putnam timeout.
They're too strong.
Finley sends that one out.
Boy, you know, that's tough. For Michaela Finney right there, you have a huge opportunity to serve a point and put your team in a good position. Instead, that's one of those mental mistakes on a service error that could cost you this game.
The game point here for South Putnam. That's Birds, the freshman, on the serve. And they will take game 2. So the Eagles take game 2, 25-23. They now lead 2-0 here at Eminence High School. We'll be back with game 3 right here on Endeavor Communications.
Again? I'm going to miss the big game.
Troubled by your TV provider? Endeavor is here with ETV. With Endeavor's television service, there's no need to worry about a thunderstorm or whether your satellite dish is pointed in the right direction. We also provide internet, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people. Not getting their messages? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eWireless. Endeavor Communications combines the nation's largest 4G LTE network with friendly hometown service, so you'll always be connected to your kids. We also provide internet, television, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click weendeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Endeavor eShield Security provider. Endeavor eShield Security provides security protection for your home or business, powered by quality Honeywell products. Endeavor eShield helps protect what you cherish most. For more information, visit www.weendeavor.com for more details.
For more details, what you need to do is contact Mike Rossick personally, because he heads up the security over there for Endeavor Communications. One of those guys that come out and get your install done for you. I'll give you his personal cell phone, too, and you can call him all anytime, day or night. I'm just kidding. He'll probably come. He's working on our crew here tonight.
He can help you figure out the difference between a gigabit and a megabyte, according to their new promotion. So
sure. I like it, man. Mike looks good in those commercials. They got the Speed Geeks commercial. You know?
I want to see Mike on some more billboards, or on a billboard. You know?
Yep.
That's a billboard face right there.
I agree.
We get set to start game 3 here, and Davis serves for the Eels. That one goes into the net, and not the start Eminence was looking for.
No, she didn't. That one didn't feel good either. You could tell that one went off the side of the wrist funny. That's what I always hated, growing up and playing volleyball. It seemed like I always hit it wrong off that your vein that runs through your wrist.
Oh, it hurts.
And it would spasm,
That one will tie this up 1-1.
I think they gave it to South Putt, so that should be 2-0. Right? Yeah.
No, they did get.
There we go. They fixed it.
2-0. You're correct. That was
3-0.
out as well, so 3-0.
Well, 3-0. That's what we said. Not 2-1.
Biegler on the serve.
Boy, this is
4-0.
Jake, we see this a lot, and this is no disrespect to either team because obviously these are young ladies out here that are working hard. But it seems like when you drop the first 2 sets, you get into that game 3, and it's almost just like mental lapse happens, and you start to see sloppy play in game number 3.
It's not just dropping the first 2 sets. It's a lot of times it's when you drop that second set and it was such a closely contested one is when you see the team get off to a slow start because they feel like they just had it.
Right. And that was a great response right there to not fall out, 5-0.
Bales on the serve. Here's Caps. A lot of power behind that one. And she gets the point for the Eagles, 5-1 now.
That drove that through the defense. Again, these jerseys just causing havoc. Eagles, Eminence.
Yeah,
both of them have an E starting
I've almost
on the back.
gotten past it in my mind, and every time you bring it up, I'm unsure now.
Well, no, it's
6-1 Eagles now.
I think I would have been fine tonight if we'd have just started, with put them on one side and leave them there. This rotation back and forth every time is what's got me.
Yeah.
It's easier when the jerseys are different colors. It just means they got the same, they got the same style taste.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
Double hit there, yeah, by the Eels. That'll go to the Eagles. 7-1 is your score here in game 3.
This is where you want a senior leader to step in. So you need either Davis or one of the Owens to kind of step up here for Eminence and be that voice.
Eagles misplay that one as the Eels get on the board 7-2.
Sometimes a coach can stand on the sidelines and yell all they want or say whatever they want, but it takes that teammate beside you that's working their tail off to say something that just inspires you a little bit more. I don't know why that is.
That time number 10, senior Macy Chambers for the Eagles. Misplays that. Make it 3-7. Eminence trying to cut into this lead.
Went right after again when we get there. Oh, rotation error that time. I think she moved too soon.
Our official, George
That should be a
Knezovich,
point for the home team.
explaining what he saw to Coach Rochelle Custis.
Once the ball is put into play, you'll see the players rotate and go to positions that they want to be on the floor, but they cannot move until, and I think that's what he's saying is they were out of position there. So Caps came forward in their rotation that time.
They've given the point to Eminence.
I think that they're still confused as to what. I mean, they know he's explained to them what it was. I think they're disagreeing with what was called there. But
I'll be honest, Sean, that's a call I have not seen very often, as Eminence gets a big block there to cut this lead to 2.
It's one of those things that you practice all the time, and you wait, and you don't move until a certain point. So I hate to say it's like false start in football because it gets called quite a bit, but it's almost like the center getting called for the false start because he's the one with the ball, you know. I
was gonna compare it to a center getting a false start on an extra point. Like, it's something you do all the time.
Right.
You just don't expect to see it. Got a 1-point game now as Eminence trying to come back here in game 3. Bales on the serve. Biegler with the set. Big shot there from the Eagles. That's number 2, Grace Burge. The freshman's having a nice game.
She is. She looks good. And so does Custis. They've got a really good squad. You know, I think that overall record of 4-10 is a little misleading for them because South Putnam looks a lot better to me visually on the floor tonight than what a 4-10 record coming in would have have me preparing for, thinking I was going to see.
And then sends that one a little long, make it 9-6 South Putnam. And the Eagles, they do play in the WIC conference. It's quite a large conference as far as high school conferences go. So you do meet some pretty big schools. Burge again, a lot of power, sends that one too strong.
That was not touched either, so that'll give Eminence the score. Caps is still confused over there as to how she was called for that, and so coach is explaining to her what the official said on the sideline.
Eminence sends that serve into the net. 3-point lead now for the Eagles as Custis serves. Burge.
Boy, that was almost a great dig. I credit the back row there that time for Michaela Finney to go after that one, and then Taja Davis up front, almost there to pull that off. Some of the toughest shots to try to dig that out of the net.
Custis, nice serve there.
Wow.
The Eagles win the battle at the net there. That's Aubrey Hill, the sophomore, number 5.
Aubrey Hill, I've seen her tonight a couple times and make some good plays. Not a ton of emotion from her. She just turns around and goes about her business.
Custis sends that one into the net. 8-12, your score. Number 6, Alyssa Owens on the serve there for Eminence. Biegler able to find the back line there. Make it 13-8.
I am impressed with her. I mean, as far as players I've seen on the floor tonight, I think she's, I hate to say by far the best, but in my opinion, by far the best player on the floor. It just with all the intangibles that she brings. There hasn't been a shot tonight that I haven't seen her.
There's a lot of power behind every shot. Short, long, whatever.
And she's not real tall, but she's got great hops. Her passing and her setting game has been great. She's been able to dig a few out when asked to.
Burge on the serve there.
She served the ball pretty well.
That one, little miscommunication there between Burge and Robinson. That one goes out of bounds, make it 14-9. Mannion serves for Eminence.
There's a chance.
Say she lifted the ball there.
That's the one thing. If I were to critique a little bit tonight, I've seen some free ball opportunities from both sides that they just haven't taken advantage of, where they have an opportunity to get into their offense and get it to, the girl that they feel has the mismatch or that has the best angle on taking a shot that catches the defense in rotation or whatever the case is. And it just seems like they almost get too excited, and then that first pass is off, and then the second pass is off, and next thing you know, they're giving a free ball opportunity back to the other side.
Cleaning up a spot on the floor there so players don't slip. Bales. Tough play there as Biegler's able to save it. South
Great
Putnam
defense.
gets it back over. Biegler with the set. Caps. Blocked at the net.
Yeah. I love that emotion. That is great emotion right there from Carly Bales. Just a sophomore. We've seen her hills and valleys. They talk about those with younger players. She's made some really good plays tonight, and then she's had some miscues. But I'll tell you, as a coach, when you're standing on the sideline, you go, she's only a sophomore. The future's bright for that young lady.
That one's a little long. Make it 15-11. Biegler with the shot. And then it's able to get it back over. Biegler again. Mannion, will send it back. Here's Caps. Too far on that one.
The home team's been around. In every single game tonight, they've been around. They've right here in this area where they've just been down a few. Game 2 is when they enjoyed their biggest lead, up by 4 at one point. But for the most part tonight, we're going to get a double hit here. Yep. They've been able to hang around.
Well, we didn't go over this in the pregame. I was just looking at the Eminence roster. You have Addie Bales and Carly Bales, both sophomores. I think they're cousins, sisters.
Cousins or twins.
But another set of 2 young players here for this Eminence team that have a bright future. Got a double hit there.
Who knows? Maybe they're not even related at all.
I only bring it up because they look very similar, and I think I've called one the other one at some point this night.
Well, you know, the identical blue jerseys,
Yeah.
They're one number apart.
And Bales, nice shot there, ties us up at 15 here in game 3.
You know, for Birds, though, I like that play from the back. She just played it a little long, but just instinct, able to get a hand on it.
Bales actually thought she misplayed that at the net.
I think she thought she was into the net. But she was able to do some matrix moves right there and stay out of the net.
16-15 now, Eminence leading here in game 3. Eagles trying to come away with the sweep. Biegler can't get that one over. That's a tough play there for number 4, Chloe Custis.
You're going to get a timeout here.
Yep.
Coach Custis wants to talk about it. I don't blame her. Eminence is on a little bit of a run here. Your team's up 2-0. You'd hate to drop this one right here and have to potentially play a game 4.
A 2-point lead here for Eminence, and this is a game that did not start out well for them. They were down 4-0 to start.
It gives us a chance to get in our sponsor read in. Why not, Jake?
And tonight's game is brought to you by Endeavor eTechs. Endeavor eTechs IT services can help with all your computer and technology needs, available to Endeavor members and the general public. For more information, visit weendeavor.com for more details.
Again, hit up, Mike Rossick for all those needs. He'll come take care of you. I called him a while back. We had some internet trouble trying to get ready for one of these games.
Yeah.
Super Mike put on his cape. He was there. And what happened? We had internet. Boom. We were rocking and rolling. Mike Rossick, ladies and gentlemen.
And he's not getting that cable back either. That's in the trailer.
No, all joking aside, Mike does a fantastic job working with our crew. Daytime Endeavor employee, nighttime he's at MTC Sports Productions. He'll run a camera, get on the broadcast, do some replay.
That one misplayed by number 5, Davis. Bales had her with the set and not able to get enough height on that one. 17-16 now as the Eels are letting the Eagles back into this. Biegler on the serve. And we're tied up 17 apiece.
So that turns out to be a great timeout from Coach Custis right there. Whatever she said, it hit home with their squad because they've rallied off 2 straight points here.
Biegler's been one of these Eagles tonight that have really sparked a lot of these runs from South Putnam. That one may have been a little long. Owens played it anyway.
You know, I know we always name a player of the game, but it might be coach of the game here tonight because if you go back to the last game, it was 23-all. Coach took a timeout, and it kind of froze them, and they came out and faulted on their serve, made it 24-23.
St. Custis was into the net there. No, I gave that point to the Eagles.
Well, let's fix that then. 18-17 visitors.
Like 19-17 as Biegler's got the Eagles rolling right now. 2-point lead now for South Putnam.
That's 4 straight. Oh, what a that was just like a knee-jerk reaction.
Custis still able to make him pay, but
how about that play, though? I mean, that was fantastic.
that was number 5, Tasha Davis, just like she hit it and then kind of put her hands over her face like, what did I just do? That goes in. 20-17 is your score. Eagles leading here in Game 3. We'll take a quick break. You're watching IHSAA Volleyball on Endeavor Communications.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Biegler on the serve for South Putnam as they lead by 3 here in Game 3 and make that leading by 4. 21-17 your score now. South Putnam 4 points away from getting a sweep here at Eminence. Tough serve there. Heels able to get it back over. Custis, long shot, finds the back line. Big shot by the freshman.
Boy, Chloe has played really well tonight here for South Putnam as well. You know, I'm looking, you got the 2 freshmen, Biegler, Caps, the libero, and Robinson. I mean, not downplaying what anybody else has done, but those have been the ones that seems like they really stick out in my mind for their play here tonight.
Custis too strong on that one. 22-18 your score. Eels trailing by 4. Bales on the serve.
The other thing we're getting tonight, Jake, is good communication from both teams.
Biegler sneaks it over. Eels able to save it. Caps, little too strong on that, and Mannion had no choice but to kind of hit that. Her arms were up there, and it's a tough ball.
That was one that was right and no man, like,
yeah,
you know, the no play back zone. I don't know what you call that, but just caught her in between.
Eagles get that one, 24-18. So match point here for South Putnam as the libero, Brianna Robinson, the sophomore, has a chance to get the win into the net there.
So now you can just play defense. You can get it here on a defensive play. Maybe not necessarily the way you want it. You'd like to serve out and just get a victory to end it, but hey, if you're South Putnam, if you can come in here and steal 3 straight from this Eminence squad and get your 5th win on the season, why not? There it is.
Caps able to win the battle at the net, and that is how this one's going to end. The Eagles take Game 3, 25-19. They take the match 3-0 here at Eminence High School. We'll take a quick break and come back with a post-game show. You're watching IHSAA Volleyball here on Endeavor Communications.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Again? I'm going to miss the big game.
Troubled by your TV provider? Endeavor is here with ETV. With Endeavor's television service, there's no need to worry about a thunderstorm or whether your satellite dish is pointed in the right direction. We also provide internet, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people. Not getting their messages? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eWireless. Endeavor Communications combines the nation's largest 4G LTE network with friendly hometown service, so you'll always be connected to your kids. We also provide internet, television, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Welcome back one final time to Eminence High School, where the South Putnam Eagles come in and sweep the Eminence Eels 3-0 and take this match here tonight. And John, we really did see a competitive game, but South Putnam able to string together a little more runs than Eminence.
I think so, and I'm telling you, I mean, there's a few plays there throughout the games that I think Eminence let get away from them, which could have changed the outcome maybe of a game. And if you win a game, who knows, maybe that dictates the momentum and you end up winning a match. I mean, they were up by 3 or 4 points there in the second game and, let a 10-1 run happen. And next thing you know, they're trailing and they lose that game. And they came back in 3. They were down, 7-1 to start it and came back in that and only lost 25-19. So they just have to learn how to play winning volleyball. They're playing good volleyball, but you got to learn how to get over that hump and win. For South Putnam, though, Jake, hats off. Coach Custis had the girls ready to come in here and play. They get their 5th win on the season. I thought they played well as a team. You and I both talked about it. There were, 6 girls on the floor. They rotated in, 7, 8, 9, whatever they did, deep. But there were 4 or 5 girls there that we were constantly talking about them. It was a great team effort, I think, for South Putnam. And that's why you see that 3-0 score, and they take the match tonight.
Well, what's interesting about South Putnam, we mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, 2 seniors on the team, 2 juniors, the rest sophomore and freshman, so that's great to see.
That's scary. I mean,
yeah.
if you're in the Western Indiana Conference or you're a team that has them on the future schedule, that's scary. If you can keep the coach around, you can keep the same feel, the same offense, and you can get those groups going and those younger players coming through. Boy, look out. South Putnam could be really dangerous because they're on the verge of being really good right now anyway.
Well, they only have 2 seniors on their team, but one of those seniors is going to be our player of the game tonight, and that's Miranda Biegler.
I thought she was fantastic. We talked about it. Honestly, this could be a toss-up with any of the 4 or 5 girls we named, but I thought Biegler was the best player on the floor tonight on both squads. And not only helped her team get the wins, but she did a little bit of everything, serving, passing, setting. It didn't matter. She was there, digging things out of the dirt, being a vocal leader, picking the team up when they were down at times. I thought she played fantastic, so hats off to her.
And our player of the game brought to you by Endeavor Communications. Endeavor eVoice Telephone offers popular calling features, including the popular voicemail, call waiting, and caller ID. For more information, call 1-800-922-6677 or visit weendeavor.com for more details. And we got Decatur Central at Mooresville tomorrow night. We got some UIndy football on Saturday, some national cycling on Saturday as well. All that can be seen on mtcsports.net and the ISC Sports Network. Sean, your final thoughts on this one?
A lot of fun. It is. I always enjoy coming over and taking in the volleyball. I thought we got some competitive matches that were fun to watch. A lot of people love it when it's the 3-0 and you don't have a super long night. So hats off to South Putnam for coming in and taking care of business.
South Putnam gets the win 3-0 here at Eminence High School. For Sean Walker, our entire MTC Sports crew, I'm Jake Morris. Thank you for joining us here on Endeavor Communications. This has been an MTC Sports production.